it. So, what else is happening in the world of MMA, Lewis?
Well,
I did see some bit of drama unfolding yesterday from another podcaster with Dana White. Did you see that?
yeah. What exactly happened here? It's with Brendan Schaub. He has his podcast, which is The Fighter and the Kid, and also now Below the Belt on Showtime Sports. And I guess he did a breakdown where he's talking about kickboxers making the transition into MMA. And go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, at the weekend, obviously the tough finale, we had Israel Adesanya taking on Brad Tavares. And Adesanya looked phenomenal. He looked absolutely ridiculous. He looked so good.
Adesanya follows my girlfriend on Instagram, and it bugs me.
Say again?
Adesanya follows my girlfriend on Instagram, and it bugs me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he likes her stuff, like
Why
her
does he
funny
bug you?
videos. He's commented a few times.
Why does he follow her?
I don't know. She's a professional comedian, and she's hot, so he's probably trying to get in those DMs.
He's definitely sliding into those DMs, Lewis. So
And
what do you do? Because you're now an MMA fighter yourself. You're a comedian, and you're probably around the same weight. I mean, what do you weigh right now? 220?
Yeah, about 220, 219.
Ooh, big boy. You've got another alpha male, Lewis.
Yeah.
Moving in on your territory.
Here's the
Messaging
thing.
her, following her, commenting on her. You're just going to take that, Lewis?
I mean, look, he's a kickboxer. I take him down, choke him out. That's what I do,
It's that easy. It's that easy.
Shoot the inside fucking single. Boom.
Pass the side control.
Easy.
Little short elbows. Kimura. Boom.
You want to fucking
Easy.
slide into my
Done.
girlfriend's DMs,
Problem
motherfucker?
is, though, in the street, there's no referee. So, when you let go of the Kimura, then he gets back up and kicks you in the head.
Look at his high cheekbones. Got those fucking abs. She likes black guys,
looks
too.
like
I
a
hate this
model,
guy.
man.
It's making me furious.
Like black guys. Oh, you're fucked. You're fucked. Say goodbye now. Say goodbye,
I'm not
Lewis,
fucked. She's fucked.
Listen, Kim, I had a good run. It was nice knowing you. But fair play, I'm handing the baton to Israel Adesanya.
Look at
When I
those
say
lips.
baton, I'm not talking about his giant cock.
Handing the baton. Oh, wait, that's not a baton at all.
Take his baton, Kim.
Ah, fuck me. Anyway, sorry. So,
Adesanya, kickboxer. And kickboxing is different to MMA. Obviously, you have the big gloves. We have small gloves in MMA. And that does mean a lot of the defensive maneuvers that you see in kickboxing, they'll just cover up the face. That doesn't work in MMA because shots can still get through.
yeah.
Brendan Schaub was talking about this yesterday, and I think that was kind of his point. And Adesanya took a clip of him. And by the way, in terms of Instagram followers, accounts to follow, Adesanya's is pretty good as well. No offense, Lewis, but if your girlfriend follows him back, she's probably.
I wonder if she does. Can you find out if Kim follows Adesanya back right now?
She's loving his page. Just ask her. Text Kim right now. Do you get a kick out of Israel Adesanya's Instagram page?
You can actually see if she follows him. There's a way to do it through your Instagram, Harrington. Yeah. So if she does, there's something going on here.
Ha! An affair of sorts.
She goes like this. By the way, she's such a fucking idiot. She's like, do you know like a UFC guy
Mutual
named?
respect, at least. There's a mutual respect.
Oh yeah, they appreciate each other's art, obviously.
Yes. Okay, where were we? So Schaub was talking shit about kickboxers, basically saying it doesn't transcend. Adesanya posted the video of Schaub saying that, and I don't know how Adesanya does this, and a lot of people do this. They have these graphics now on their Instagram posts, and he had a graphic of someone yawning over and over again, and every post that he does has all these fucking images. How do you do that, Harrington?
It's not that
Is it
hard.
a Snapchat feature?
No.
Because I don't have Snapchat. Is that what it is?
Mike, we have a whole team here. You could just ask these guys to do shit like that for you, and they'll take care of it.
No, but this guy doesn't have a whole team. He has his phone, and he has his posts with people dancing or yawning or celebrating, whatever they're doing. I don't know how he does it. How does he do that?
Kim
What does he
Congdon's
do
doing it for him.
the
Social media manager.
Anyway, how does he do that? And anyway, so that's what he did. And then Dana White came onto Israel Adesanya's page. Luz, you want to take over here and read the comment from Dana?
Yeah, pull up the comments from Dana Harrington right here. So Dana says, after Israel Adesanya wrote that, Dana White commented it in. Such a fucking tool. What the fuck does this idiot know about the sport or the business? Stylebender, for you to be listening to this one, to one word from this moron in all caps, is a waste of time. Guy went 6-5 in the UFC. The only thing he could teach you is how to get KO'd. Tune idiots like this out. Dana White, not a fan of Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub responding.
Well, remember, Schaub and Dana have gone back and forth a couple of times. Remember?
Yeah,
Over
I know.
Years, I think. So
When
there's
he
a
left
little beef
initially.
there. So Schaub responded. Go.
Well, Schaub was one of the people that complained about fighter pay back in the day. There was a couple little things where, look, doggy, you know, if you want to fight for the biggest fight organization in the world, you have to kind of toe the company line. If you want to work at McDonald's, you got to kind of toe the company line, you know? So the reality is, like, it went kind of south there, and then Brendan found a lot of success outside of the UFC umbrella. So I think he just kind of has, like, a fuck it attitude. And I remember something back in the day, I guess Dana White said him and Brendan had only met like 2 or 3 times ever. They weren't like, they don't really know each other like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brendan was trying to make out like they had some big relationship in this and
Yeah.
that. And Dana was like, we've spoken very cordially like once or twice. I don't know what he's talking about.
So Brendan now, but has made quite a career out of analyzing
Yeah, for sure.
MMA and out of talking about it and on both television and podcasts. So
Brendan's doing phenomenally well. He really is.
So Brendan responds to Dana White, whoa, look who got a break from folding Rhonda's laundry to jump on Instagram. Bravo, sir. He's right, Stylebender. What do I know? Listen to the bald fat guy who's never been in a fight in his life. Do that, laughy face.
Ooh. Oh, stop it. Handbags at 5 o'clock. Did Dana come back again?
I don't think so. I don't think Dana did come back.
No, exactly. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go back and forth. All right, well that's Brendan will love this. This gives him a lot to talk about on his podcast. It gets him the center of attention. It gets him on headlines. And
But
all
just
that
like
stuff.
I said with DC before.
Dana did him a favor there. Dana did him a big favor.
Yes,
That's
he did.
why when you see people talking shit on Instagram, like I get people talking shit in my comment section, and oh God, you really, really, really want to write things back. And the amount of times I've typed something out and I've gone, nah, delete. Just delete it. Don't respond. Ignore it. Block them. Because you're giving them what they want. Of course, the expression is don't feed the trolls. But they love it. If you respond, they're like, oh, yeah, look at this. They'll show their buddies, show their friends. Of course, they'll follow you back.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just give
And
them
now
what
Dana,
they want.
Schaub has a ton of content now with that. And, he gets to have that debate. And I think, to be honest with you, it's a weird thing. I watched this happen with Dana White and Ariel Helwani. And whatever, I don't know the behind the scenes like but I watched, they have a thing where they, publicly, they have at it sometimes, right? And they, and Ariel asks the tough questions and Dana White kind of like dismisses him. And then I watched them at like 2 different press conferences within a week. And they did the same weird shtick back and forth. Like Ariel asked him a question and Dana kind of shot it down and it got a laugh. And it was almost performance. It was very strange. And I think a lot of this, in the world of entertainment that we live in, these guys, they go in, perform, and they go in, they have to create, moments and create drama. And it's just sort of keeping people talking about them nonstop. So I don't know exactly how much of this is real hate and how much of this is whatever. But Schaub, he definitely, because having that adversarial relationship with Dana White only does good things for him. I said the same thing about DC with John Jones before. You sort of need that, you need some sort of drama. In a movie, there needs to be some sort of fucking, drama or conflict, right? And if there's no conflict over and over again, people will get bored and they'll move on. So whether it's real or whether it's kind of made up, we keep on coming back to it. And whatever happens with Dana and Schaub and all these guys, they know how to kind of kick up dust and get people talking about them.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what Dana's looking for, to be honest. He's got bigger fish to fry. He's insanely wealthy and owns the biggest fight organization in the world.
I don't know.
No.
I think Dana White, he's a promoter.
Headlines. No, Dana's not. This is not a conscious decision from Dana to interact with someone and have beef and
it's not conscious decision.
Inject himself into the media. If he wanted to, he could do an interview. He could do TV shows. He could do acting. He's Dana White for crying out loud. And William Morris Endeavor own the UFC now. you know. So he could get as much spotlight as he wants.
Well,
that was just Dana, because Dana is a live by the sword, die by the sword kind of guy, and he saw something and was like, yeah, fucking ignore this guy, Schaub. You know, and that is what people like about Dana, the fact that he will do that. He will go online on social media and talk shit about people. He gets into arguments with people on Twitter, calls them all eggs and shit like that. You know, that's fun because he's the head of such a big fight league, the biggest fight league. But yet he'll act like the average guy. He's not making himself this high-powered exec that is untouchable, that lives in an ivory tower. You know what I'm saying?
And it's part of his what? Brand. Exactly. I think you're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with me without agreeing with me. I think that it's not a conscious decision where he's going to go, I'm going to go talk shit to Brendan Schaub right now and people will talk about me. I think Dana White lives in a world where he constantly has people talking about him, and then that's sort of conscious. He knows how to get people talking about him, the brand of the UFC. Dude, the branding behind the UFC and the way they've built that is what I'm most impressed with. The fact that the three letters UFC have become synonymous with MMA. It's the Coca-Cola of MMA. There's something incredible about that. Boxing was never able to kind of embrace that. There's no other combat sport that was able to generate a brand. Even, you know, like it's even other major sports, it's a little bit different. Like the teams sort of have the brand love, but it's not like nobody gives a fuck about the NFL. Yeah, there's a brand there, but it's like nobody loves the NFL. They love their teams, you know? And the UFC did something pretty unique there, and I think it's all Dana White, and I think it's a lot more conscious than, you know, we think. Look at this. Everybody's talking about this, right? Dana White was on Conan. All right, it's a little while ago. But nobody fucking watched when he was on Conan. Nobody cared about that. But Dana White and Brendan Schaub go at it on Instagram over Israel Adesanya's post. Doggy, for the next week, it's going to be all over everybody.
Oh, hold on. Who says who? It just happened last night on Instagram. Okay, you're making out like this is this gigantic news story. We're talking about because it just happened last night, and it's kind of interesting because Dana's the UFC president, and Schaub has a podcast, and he's a former UFC fighter. Maybe in our little world, our little bubble, it's kind of interesting for people listening. They find it interesting. I don't think this is going to transcend into mainstream media. I don't think we're going to see this fucking headlines everywhere. We don't see CNN running a fucking article on it. HBO aren't looking to do a documentary about it. Let's just keep it in perspective, Luis J. Gomez. It was an Instagram fucking